Yes, sir. My name's Zakashi, and in this video here, I'm going to be giving my anniversary predictions. Now, it is quite a bummer that we've already got the leak. It's a real leak of MUI GOKU, so one of my predictions are already out the window. But I had this video planned for 2 weeks, and I've been hyping up MUI for this release. So, even though MUI is the main release, and we already know that he's coming, he's 100% coming, right? That's facts. There is still a lot of other units that should be on the banners, and considering that there's not just one banner, there should be two at the bare minimum, and different units on each side. And the format is also part of the prediction. So I'm going to be giving who I think is going to be on the banners and how they're going to lay it out, what they're going to do to make the 4th anniversary top the 3rd anniversary, because technically the expectation is that every year should be better than the last one. So we need to see what they're going to do on the 28th for the 4th anniversary with the reveal and stuff and everything around. With part 1 and even part 2, but I'm not going to talk about part 2. This is just part 1, the main part, the headline. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 30,000 subscribers. All my social media links are going to be at the bottom of the screen. It's the YouTube channel. We've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. I bugged out. I thought I heard something crazy. I was thinking, who's behind me? But I'm literally looking at myself. I'm bugging. Check me out on all my social media links, man. If you want to speak to me, message me, say anything, hit me up on Discord or Twitter. I reply there fastest. But there's a lot of units in the game already, and we need to talk about who's going to be new into the game and why I think these units will be coming. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually start for the antagonist of the anniversary. The antagonist, there's usually a main headlining antagonist. For the 1st anniversary there wasn't, but for the 2nd and the 3rd we did have one. But we did have some powerful opponents on the 1st anniversary, so what I've gone and done is actually change the filter to powerful opponent so it can only show the powerful opponents in the game, the sparking one specifically, and you can see all of them here. So we're going to start the 1st anniversary. The 1st anniversary we actually had Golden Frieza, who was actually on one banner, I believe, on the super side, depending on how you want to see it. It wasn't really a super side, but yeah. We had Golden Frieza, who released in the 1st anniversary. He's a powerful opponent. And we had Buhan, who also released in the 1st anniversary. He's a powerful opponent. Golden Frieza is actually part of the boost units for the Zenkai Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. That's just something to note. It's not exactly something that points out like it's wow, but just want to point out that those two were the like antagonists for the 1st anniversary, because we got a Goku Blue, a Vegeta Blue, and we got a Super Vegeta. Super Vegeta obviously for Buu, and Golden Frieza obviously for Goku and Vegeta. So it just makes a lot of sense that they were the 1st anniversary. Kind of ties in well, and how they laid out the banners accordingly. SV being on both banners, I believe, and then Goku and Vegeta being on separate banners, which was pretty neat of them. If we go into the 2nd anniversary, who we got was actually this red Omega Shenron. Now, Omega Shenron being an opponent, like matching up with Vegeta Blue was kind of like, whoa, GT super crossover, future, GT, whatever, cool. It seems like they've got a pattern already. They're always going for these aliens. Well, I'm going to call them aliens because there's different species of aliens. Even Saiyans are aliens. I'm referring to the antagonists. Always going for these aliens so far. So they had Omega Shenron for the 2nd anniversary. He was the main headliner antagonist wise. And then for the 3rd anniversary, we actually had half corrupted Zamasu, who went up against G4 Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Putting this up future and GT, they just did it backwards if you notice. So the antagonist was now the future side. They just flipped it completely, and they put this guy here. I'm gonna call him an alien as well, because Zamasu is clearly not human. So it seems like they're always matching up these powerful opponents to something of another species, right? That's just to point out that they don't go 2 Saiyans usually. 1st anniversary, we did have 2 Saiyans, Goku and Vegeta, on either side, and we had SV as well, but that's SV as the top layer, because Legends Limited was like the newest. Like it was a peak at that point. It really felt like a peak. LL doesn't really have that fancy label. We have Ultras now. I feel like because they've started this reach of Ultras, there's going to be 2 LFs and 1 Ultra. Same way they did in the 1st anniversary. We got Super Vegeta on both sides. We got Goku and Vegeta, you pick a side. Super Vegeta was the peak. LFs were very new. They were like, it was like wow still. LFs right now, the value have decreased. If we're assuming that MUI is that guy, there's still going to be one other unit that is big. But for the antagonist, I just had to point out the pattern. Now I'm going to give my prediction. Alright, so after having my head rattled, yeah, I actually came to this conclusion, right? So my prediction is that they're going to follow a pattern of the first anniversary. Now, in the first anniversary, we got Super Vegito, who was on both sides, and LFs were the peak of the game. It doesn't feel like that anymore, and it definitely isn't just because Ultras exist. We had Goku and Vegeta, you pick a side, and then on top of that, they had Buhan and Golden Frieza. But now we've got this new Ultra peak, and they have to always top what they did last year, or the previous years. I believe strongly we're not going to get anything GT or future related, because for the past 2 years, it's been exactly that. And with this MUI leak, we've at least got one tag guarantee, which is USS. So, I feel like we're going to get 2 banners, but MUI Goku is going to be on both sides. That's going to be the peak, because he's on both sides. He's MUI Goku, the same way Super Vegeta was hyped up. They're going to want everybody to have him. So, no matter what you decide to summon on, you can still get MUI Goku. And that's what's valuable about the anniversary. But also, we're going to have 2 sides. But instead of it being the Goku and Vegeta kind of thing, we're going to have the antagonists on the front. So we're going to have Kefla on one side, which is going to be the USS side. And I feel like on the other side, the tag we haven't seen yet is going to be movies for the anniversary. The first time for the first half is going to be movies. That's what I'm thinking. I only think that because I feel like they're going to save Z, something Z related for part 2, possibly a Vegito or a Gohan of some sort. I don't know. But specifically because of that, and they've already done Z in the first year, I feel like they bring out a new tag and flip the order. So usually in part 2 last year they did movies. I feel like they'll bring it for part 1 this time. Janemba will be one side and Kefla will be on the other side. Kefla's gonna be the main Saiyan, but not really, because MUI is on both sides. Janemba's gonna be the quote-unquote antagonist. There's also a lot of pieces that fit together. A lot of pieces. For example, we got an Ultra Gogeta. We don't have a LF Janemba or a Ultra Janemba. We're not going to get an Ultra Janemba, but we don't have a big antagonist Janemba. So Janemba is missing. We need him. It makes a lot of sense. We got UI Sign Goku, but we don't have an LF Kefla. That's another piece we're missing. It makes a lot of sense. We've already got a full power Jiren, but we don't have an MUI Goku. MUI coming in, fitting that piece. It makes a lot of sense. So this is what I've got here going for the anniversary, mainly running the whole situation. And I start with the antagonist with the original idea of a format, but I scrapped that. I'm not even going to go into the protagonist because you guys know who they are. But this makes up the bulk of the anniversary. We're going to have MUI as the big centerpiece, where we have 2 antagonists on each side, being Kefla, who's going to be the one taking out Janemba, or they're both going to be going up MUI because MUI is just that great. It makes him so like the centerpiece, literally ascending to a level of gods. That's what we want for the anniversary, because MUI needs to be the key focus point. He is that guy. He needs to be that guy, and that's what we want to see. He's him. He's MUI Goku. Let me know what you guys think about that, but I've got a bit more to say. Alright, so for the side characters, I'm quite stuck. I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite stuck. I have no idea who the side characters will be. There's so many. There's such a big pool. So I'm just gonna throw out some that I feel like would meet the criteria and be decent enough to call it an anniversary banner. So we got Gohan and Piccolo from the Tournament of Power. Whether they're a tag unit or just a duo unit, I feel like just a duo unit will be fine. We'll have too many tag units, and I don't want one side to overwhelm the other side too much. But I feel like that makes sense for at least them to show up. And then this would be on the Kefla side, of course. And then we'd also have a hit. It's been a long time since we got another hit. I was also considering hit for an LF, but I don't think that should be the case. I don't want that to be the case right now. But I was trying to consider how many units do we have where there's 3 of them and they don't have one LF. I could only think of Bardock off the top of my head, but there's probably a couple of people that I can think about, like even Broly, before he got an LF, I'm pretty sure. So those are my 2 for the USS side. Then on this side here, from the Fusion Reborn movie, I've gone for Goten and Trunks. I don't know if they should go for Gotenks, or rather just a Goten and Trunks, and then to call it a duo unit or even a tag unit. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm saying like it should be one hybrid unit at least. And then I've also gone for a Vegeta from the Fusion Reborn movie. maybe a support type or something. That could just be a little solid for movies. But overall, these are just units I'm throwing out. The side units I'm not exactly confident on, but I'm more confident on the banner layout, with there being MUI on both sides, 2 antagonists, well, enemies, powerful opponents, whatever you want to call it. One being Janemba for the movie side, one being Kefla for the other side. And then these are just some units that I'm throwing out on the side notice. But yeah, man, Legends could actually hit us with anything. That's the thing. Legends could hit us with anything. But we do know we're getting MUI. And from the art, I'm going with the fact that he's an Ultra. He could just be an LF. He could be both. I feel like he could be both. I'm not going to talk too much about the specifics, but the one thing I'm running with is that he's going to be on both sides. Because he's MUI Goku, they want everybody to have him. And I feel like that would make the anniversary what it needs to be. Let me know what you guys think about my predictions. What are your predictions? This is my final prediction. I'm not budging from this until I see the reveal. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This is just a fun little prediction video. Had fun doing this. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna leave it like that though. Press the subscribe button, man. We are on this grind to 30,000 subscribers. All my social media links are going to be on the bottom of the screen. This is the YouTube channel. We've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me out on all of those, man. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Appreciate you guys for watching. My name is Zakashi, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.